Hello guys, Alex Gomez here, and on today's video we are going to take a look of my sculpting process of the female bust character based on Mavis Ruiz Cruz design. If you can check her Instagram account, I will definitely recommend it. So for more sculpting videos, 3D tips and techniques, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when I post a video every Friday. Let's get started. So this is my first time working in the new ZBrush 2021, and I really like it. I haven't tried any of the new features yet, but something that I didn't like was when I was masking. Every time that I had a mask anywhere on my character, it lagged when I was moving or rotating, or when I was actually navigating inside the scene. So I don't know, super weird. Hopefully like Pixologic can fix the bug, because it's really annoying. And I was gonna do my streaming video with ZBrush 2021, and kind of like it was acting finicky. They released a new update today, so hopefully it gets much better. So I start the character process the same way with the sphere. I just shape the head, do the eyes, and do obviously like the eyelid separate, like I always like append polysphere, cut it in half, duplicate it and rotate it all the way down so I can get the eyes properly. Like as I mentioned before, like if you see like the characters in the beginning, they're not gonna look right, they're not gonna look like nice, they're gonna look kind of like alienish. But the thing that you have to do is just keep working at it, and you'll see that it's gonna get there. So in this case, like I'm working in her face, and have working with a Dynamesh sub 2, and the Dynamesh is pretty low. I have like a 256 at this time, and because if you know, like if you see every time that I do a Dynamesh, I will lose some details. So my idea is just kind of have the general block out. Doesn't matter like if the nose is pretty perfect or the mouth is very perfect. I just want to get the general shapes of it, and then after I can start tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. So yeah, like this, I totally recommend that you guys check out Mavis Ruiz Cruz Instagram. Like her art is amazing, her style. She does a lot of studies, like studies for people, like photographers and stuff, and make them cartoonish, stylized characters, which is really awesome. And it's really like in my tune of the style that I'm looking forward to sculpt, to model, or make. So as I always say, sometimes I just kind of like create my own version. I just go with the flow, with what I see in the design. I just kind of like appropriate the design, and I do it myself as much close to my style. Something that I definitely don't do in production. If you guys are working on production, and if they give you a design, that you have to actually match it as much as you can. Sometimes it's difficult because it's hard to match like exactly like a 2D to 3D, but if you guys are working on a production pipeline in a studio, definitely you should aim to match it 100%. So I really like the expression of this character, and I just like I saw it in Pinterest, and I was going through kind of a creative blockout, because I haven't done any of my characters. I used to design characters like once a week, and I've been enjoying a lot doing sculpting from other designers. So I'm just gonna keep the trend, and I'm just gonna find references and designs on Pinterest, and I'm just gonna start sculpting them or modeling them. And if you follow me on Instagram, I sometimes ask questions or sometimes like ideas to what to sculpt next, and I really have like a cool responses that I'm gonna want to share. Like there's some people that said that I should sculpt a zombie, dinosaurs, my own creatures. Uh, there's one that told me to collaborate with Bex and Gox. The artwork is so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. So definitely, I'm doing one of their art. League of Legends, a Fall Guys knockout figure, Levi Ackerman from Attack of the Titan, Android 18 that I always wanted to do Android 18, an animal astronaut, coolest punk boy, singer, fan art of gorillas, probably like some of my followers' characters, and I will do one of them for sure. And there's another one that I really like that was like old sci-fi movies, and I'm kind of like old school. I grew up in the 80s, 90s, so definitely old sci-fi movies. Like I really want to get into that and start doing some of those and create some of those designs. That's probably why I love Stranger Things. Like Martin told me to make a Demogorgon from Stranger Things, so let's see. As soon as season 4 is coming out, I'm probably gonna do that. That's probably why I love it, because I'm kind of like old school per se. So anyways, going back to my character, like I started looking at my reference and I kind of like noticed that there's some things that are a bit off, like the eyes, they need to be a little bit more separate. The kind of like the cheeks were too, like she looked like a little bit too skinny in the part of the cheeks. So kind of like I just use the inflate tool and the fill brush, sorry, inflate brush. So as you can see, like even though I already had like a higher Dynamesh now, I think I'm working with probably 1440 or something like that. I'm still kind of trying to get the right proportions. So it doesn't matter that you get the block out right away. I don't think sometimes you don't get it right away. You end up moving it. Sometimes, yeah, I see people like Polygon and other artists that they just like, oh, the block out. I don't know if they're practicing before, but I always have to at the end like still like move and work in the proportions. So for the hair, what I do is just kind of like I paint a mask and I extract it out, do an extract, and after that extract Dynamesh and I just smooth it out and add some like hair lines with clay buildup brush. And in the clay buildup brush, if you see the alpha is circular, it's not rectangular. In my live video from this week, I explain why I go with a circular brush for this case. Here I messed up the head because I did and there you go when my ZBrush crashed and was fun. I lost like I lost almost like 20 minutes of work there. But anyways, I knew that I was doing something wrong with the hair, so it worked out fine that it crashed. So yeah, with the hair, because it's a thin surface, you have to make sure that when you're sculpting, when you're adding a clay, like for example the clay buildup or another kind of brush, make sure that you are you have active back face mask, and you can find that under brush. I have it as a shortcut right there in the lower corner left of my screen. But yeah, definitely do it so you don't kind of like whatever you're adding, you're subtracting from the other side if you don't have back face mask. So something that I notice a lot, not notice a lot, but when I export my normal maps and I kind of like and I use like the soft surface scattering, I lose a little bit of those shapes, not those shapes, but those straight lines, like sharp lines. They're still there, but I lose them a little bit. Not too a big deal in this case, because I don't really expect to have like those really sharp face, as you can see in the render that I did. I kind of like a little bit of that, kind of like sharp in the nose and in the mouth, and the rest kind of like very soft. And I had it like a really sharp in the part of the chin and on the jawline as well. So it worked out good. It really worked out good. So for the shirt was pretty simple, just like two spheres, and I just kind of like shaped them the way that I wanted to go with. I didn't do any cloth dynamic that has zeros right now, but I can't wait to start trying that out. I'm actually working on a tutorial that it has a girl that is kind of like a cyberpunk, and she has like a different kind of clothes, so I can't wait to actually start using the cloth feature, the cloth dynamics and simulations, which is gonna be really cool. So now you see like my character has been changing a lot, like the face and stuff. See, it looks closer of what I want to achieve. And for the hair, I use the MAC hair. I think that I bought that one from another YouTuber, Olga77 or something like that. She's an amazing artist, and she got like a nice hairbrush, same as Danny Mac as well. But for this case, I just needed like single strands and very thin, so I think like a hairbrush really worked great in this case. And in this one, like I just create one, for example, for the ones that go on top of the hair, I just create one curve for the hair, and I just duplicate it, scale it, rotate it, and kind of like to save time in my pipeline kind of thing. So you just see like I just create that curve, duplicate it, and move it, and I'm doing the same right here. Create the curve, duplicate it, and move it, and then we have those little hair strands hanging from the side. This was a very fun character, and one of the parts that I have the funnest to do was the texturing. And the texturing, actually I watched a video for texturing skin in Substance Painter. Substance Painter is my software for choice for texturing, and it's from Altruism Digital. Definitely recommend that channel, it's really great. And if you guys go over there, say that you're coming from me. I'm not getting anything, but it's just like I totally recommend it. Like, it's a really good channel. She's very knowledgeable and teaches a lot of stuff. And that was really fun actually to create the skin texture that you're gonna see at the end of the video with the render. And then I do like the other hairs that are like hanging around the ball. So just pretty much like that. And we have our character ready to zero mesh and export to do the work, texturing work and the lighting in Maya. So if you like this video, please comment, like and subscribe, and don't forget to watch my other two videos right here. So take care guys, and have an amazing weekend. Take care, and you know what, next Tuesday at 9 I'm gonna be live again, finishing my character. So subscribe, watch my other videos, and take care. Have an amazing weekend. Bye guys.